Welcome back to the Warrior Talk podcast. I'm co-host Reed Archer with co-host
Drake Vaughn.
And producer Sam Manis.
Today we will be talking about the Westside game versus Hall. And we will talk about Little Rock Christian and Forest City and maybe some other college news maybe at the end of the show. We hope you enjoy, and let's dive into some Warrior basketball. So last night, the Westside Warriors went against the Hall Warriors at the Brooklyn
Bearcat Arena.
Bearcat Arena, and the Warriors come out with a win, 61-49, a 14-point win for the Warriors. And it was a great game to watch as the Warriors earned their spot in the state finals with one win.
Yeah, it was just a good game all the way around. Weston Honeycutt coming out with 23 points and McAdoo having 13. Always them two were the leading scorers, but they did give us some trouble on defense.
Yeah, there was like a stretch. We did super good throughout the first half, and then there was like a stretch at like the beginning of the third quarter where we couldn't get it past half court. And then all the Westside fans just looked at each other like,
They're about to come back.
Going on? And so that was kind of scary too, because at that point Honeycutt had around 15-ish, and nobody else.
8.
Yeah, nobody really else had that many. And not to knock off any players, but Eli Whitmire didn't score very much. And we need him to score.
And Kobe.
Kobe didn't have a good game.
Yeah, Kobe just didn't have a good game at all. And it
Landon Webb did help.
Webb
with
came
11
in.
points.
We'll go through the stats real quick. I believe Weston Honeycutt ended his night with 23 points. McAdoo had
13.
Yeah, he had 13, and as we said, Landon Webb had 11.
Our leading scorers. Them were the leading scorers.
Yeah, and then I think Gage scored a couple, Eli scored a couple.
It was just all a couple, kind of, in them, kind of.
Did y'all say it was a sloppy game or not?
Yeah, I would.
It was a little sloppy.
It was pretty sloppy throughout the start of the second half. I will say, Eli Whitmire, he has the highest jumping kid I've seen. He was getting up for them rebounds. Like, there was one where Honeycutt shot a 3 and it bounced a couple times, and Eli goes through, grabs the ball, and almost pretty much half twists in the air and throws it out. And hits Webb for I think a 3 that went in. And it just shows how much the team cares about each other as the Warriors are trying to make their way to the state finals. So, speaking of that, the Warriors since they won last night, they got a spot in the state. They're 12th right now. If we keep winning, it'll go up.
And state will be hosted somewhere in Missouri, right?
Farmington.
It's in Farmington.
Farmington, Missouri?
Wait, Arkansas. It's the Arkansas State.
They even said that it was
Farmington? That's 4 hours close to Fayetteville up there.
Yeah, no. Farmington's out west in Arkansas. But yeah, the Warriors get the W and get to move on to the semifinals where they will play the winner of Brooklyn and Clinton. So if we want to preview that game, we can real quick.
The way I think is going to win is probably Clinton, because we're going to get started on Little Rock Christian here in a little bit. But Clinton has beat Little Rock Christian by 1 this year once.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's Brooklyn's 24-4. We're 22-6. And then Little Rock Christian's lost one game, and Clinton has lost a couple, I think.
2.
They've lost 2, and Blyville is in it. And
They've
Blyville,
lost 8 games.
yeah. So Blyville goes into tonight's game versus Robinson, and who do you think will win that one?
Robinson, they're a hard playing team. They got some big dudes on their team. I mean, it's gonna be a physical game. They've got Robinson doesn't play a fast offense, so as long as Blyville plays a fast offense, they'll be okay.
So, let's dive into some of the Little Rock Christian Forest City game.
So, they just came for the Westside game, but I stayed, and so the first play of the game, he gets number 3. He's their best player. He's a 5-star right now, and he tips it off. Well, he tips it to his teammate, but kind of they bounce it around for a little bit, and Forest City gets it. When he tries to go up for a lay, the first play just packs him right off the glass.
Yeah, it was a mean ball.
And then they throw it down to number 1, and that's their big man, and he yams it. Mm-hmm. So it was back and forth the first half with scores, and then once you kind of get in the second half going into the third quarter, it kind of fell off because they just went off with the lead and they took off, and I think they ended up winning by at least 40-45.
Yeah, it was a bad game for the state championship. For the I thought it was Bible and LRC. That was the state championship last year, which was a blowout.
Y'all wanna pick what the finals will look like?
Yeah, we can
go ahead and do that. You want to go first?
Yeah. So on Westside side, it's gonna be Westside.
Yeah.
Westside and Little Rock Christian.
I can see that.
I can maybe see it, but we're gonna have if Clinton wins, we're gonna have a tough time with Clinton. So even though I'm a Westside fan, I'm still gonna have to go Clinton Little Rock Christian in the finals, and I'm gonna go watch that game for sure.
Okay, so here's the thing. So the Warriors have made state with the win last night. I do agree with Drake and Sam's predictions, but I feel like Clinton is going to give Westside a hard time. But I'm still going to pick the Warriors to beat Clinton, and I just don't think Blyville or Robinson can take out Little Rock Christian. So I'll probably go with Sam's prediction as well, just because I know Little Rock Christian and Rashad Marshall they're just good. So it goes like that in most sports, and I'm just gonna have to pick the Warriors versus the Warriors in the finals of the 4A regionals. So
the only reason I'm picking Clinton is because I've seen Westside beat Forest City by a lucky 3.
Mm-hmm.
But Clinton beat LRC by 1. And LRC blew out Forest City by 45 last night.
Yeah. So, who do you think? So there's a lot of other teams that'll go to state. Sadly, so you gotta remember you still have to buy regionals, the tickets online if you want to go watch the Warriors in the semifinals versus the winner of Clinton and Brooklyn. And we hope that you can go out and support the Warriors. And what time will that game be?
That game, I think it'll be the latest game at 8.
Okay. So it might be a late game. We'll update you on that.
The girls will play first, so it'll either be like a 6 or 8 o'clock game, because the girls will play first.
Speaking of the girls, the Lady Warriors for Westside
play today at 4
against who do they play?
I think they play Little Rock Christians girls.
Oh, okay. Do you know anything about Little Rock Christian girls?
I don't really keep up with kind of the girls.
Yeah, so,
I'm not positive on that, though. It could be another team. Forest City played yesterday. And Forest City won. Sam will be right back. He's just going to go see maybe who they will kind of face off with today.
We're going to move into a little bit of college action when Sam gets back. But as it was a good game for the Warriors to play last night against Hall. Hall really, they got down by around 17-ish, and they just couldn't come back. Look at this real quick. Alright, so we've got a big matchup tonight between the Purdue Rutgers the Purdue versus the Rutgers tonight. We're gonna look through some of the college matchups tonight as number 11 ranked Baylor goes a couple miles in their own state to play the number 2 ranked Houston Cougars. Looking through the list, you got Duke Wake Forest, which is a classic rivalry. Alabama and Kentucky play tonight, and Texas Kansas. Then you got UNC Virginia, and then Villanova at UConn. The number 1 ranked Huskies host Villanova tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, and A&M will go to the 5-ranked Tennessee Volunteers same time in 7 p.m. Central Time. Not just a huge night in college basketball, but some good games to go out and watch if you want to. And the Arkansas State Red Wolves have their first national televised game since the 1995 title run in versus the Troy Trojans tonight. That'll be a fun game for them as the Red Wolves look to get their 7th win in a row going. And there is one player I kind of want to mention real quick who is very good for the Red Wolves this year. His name is Taryn Todd. I think he's a sophomore at Arkansas State this year. He's a transfer from TCU, and he leads the Sun Belt, I believe, in points per game average, and he's leading the Red Wolves to a good 6-game winning streak, also taking down Troy last Thursday, 82-71, and a 3-point win versus South Alabama last Saturday. Taryn Todd goes into this game averaging around 17 points, and as a Red Wolf fan, I hope that he can lead us to the tournament and beyond. So that's my look at college sports. And y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about on the show today?
I think we're good.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed the show today. I'm host Street Archer.
I'm host Drake Vaughn.
And producer Sam Manus.
We hope you enjoyed this show. This is Warrior Talk.